Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League Wasatch Warrior Pro Bikini figure, as well as the Masters results. And these women looked insane. What a huge show, big names, everyone looked awesome. Now, in terms of Olympia, of course, last year's top three were already qualified, and then the winners of the open division contest, so not the Masters, just the open divisions, qualify for the 2024 Olympia. The Masters have their own way of qualifying for the Masters Olympia, which is a completely separate event. So starting with women's open bikini, a huge scorecard, a lot of athletes, crazy. In first place was Amy, second Brittany, third Huyen, fourth Allison, and fifth Maya. So here's Maya in fifth. She looks beautiful. I think this is my favorite suit ever on her. The color is so pretty. It looks great with her hair. And the first thing I notice on Maya is her quads. I think she's got great definition, that it's like the whole quad is just beautifully outlined. It's so full and round. She's got a great quad sweep. I think her legs just look amazing. Nice fullness to the hamstring, good size in her glute here, just very lovely, proportionate lower body. I think she looks really beautiful. She has a nice small waist with a super sharp oblique, some good definition, just kind of light into her abs. She doesn't look overly lean. She looks soft in all the right places. Just really beautiful. The curl in her hair, her makeup, lovely. I think she could have a little bit more shoulder, a bit more height and roundness, and really just play up the width. I kind of lose that triangular shape in her upper body coming into her narrow waist. So maybe just with the hair off her shoulders, let us see the delts a bit more, maybe even twist a little bit more. I don't know, a bit more size, a bit more roundness, a bit more fullness, so that we definitely notice the width in the upper body, especially compared to some of the ladies in this lineup who are extremely muscular. But again, I think she looked beautiful. It was a great fifth place. Next is Allison in fourth. Okay, she does have a lot of width to her shoulders, and what a beautiful and very exaggerated shape she gets. The width of the shoulders to that extremely tiny waist, all you see is this beautiful triangle, and then she has so much size to the glute, beautiful curves in her legs. It's like another triangle, and it's that perfect hourglass. She looks really lean. Her midsection has a lot of lines, very small, very petite in the midsection. It's a beautiful shape. I think she has to be very careful that she doesn't look too hard or too lean. You want to have a little bit of softness and still kind of look substantial, but she's got just a gorgeous shape. I love her hamstrings. I love also this little line she gets right here at the bottom of her glute. Beautiful. Great legs. Mostly to me, it's this tiny waist and the broadness in her shoulders. It is striking. I love all of the darkness she's got going on. She's got dark eyebrows, dark hair, dark suit. It's very alluring and beautiful and almost mysterious in a way. I think she looks really, really lovely. I would, though, make sure that the hair is off of her shoulders. And with all of the darkness, I would be bold and go a little brighter and softer and with the lipstick. I think she could have something a little bit more like illuminating, bring your eye to her face, maybe even have a few layers into her hair or like a bit of curl around her face, just something to kind of soften the look. But overall, I think she looks really fabulous. She's got great definition, and that tiny waist is just showstopper. Next is Huyen in third place. She's beautiful. She's got such a lovely roundness and fullness. She does not look overly depleted. She's not covered in crazy lines, right? She's got super chiseled obliques, but she doesn't have like a lot of definition in the abs, and it's just lovely. She's got a really nice shape. She looks bubbly. She looks curvy. She's got definition in the quads. You got the groove in the hip, but nothing is like standing out as being crazy in any way. Just overall, a really beautiful shape that your eye flows over. I also really like that her hair is off her shoulders. The earrings are bright. Her lipstick is very pretty. Your eye is just drawn to her face. She looks healthy and full and vibrant. I really like her look. I think she's got a great thing going here. She's got beautiful delts, nice definition as well into the arms, a nice size in the lat, nothing crazy, but just overall a really nice flowy curve to her back. I think she's posing really well too. I love how high up on her toes she is. I think it gives us a nice look at her quad sweep. She's maintaining some beautiful size in that back delta as well. I would be really careful though not to flatten too much. I want to see just a little bit of that curve coming into the back arm to match the front arm. But overall, I think she looks really beautiful, and this is a great third place. Okay, next and second is Brittany. Wow, she looks so muscular, a lot of size. She looks very tall, but the muscles are really filling her frame beautifully. Her limbs are long, but wow, curves. Crazy hamstrings, beautiful size into the glute, and just gorgeous conditioning. The groove in her hip, the line coming down the quad, beautiful curvy sweep to the quad and the back leg. I think she looks really fabulous. And I'm loving the way she's posing. It's very sideways, so you're seeing this amazing profile. The hamstrings definitely stand out to me. She's got a really nice small waist. The obliques look super sharp, great big lats, and really big delts. Really, really impressive. I like how well the delt is lining up with her glute. I think she's got some really great balance. Her conditioning looks really lovely. Overall, just fabulous. I do somehow feel that she could show a little bit more of the midsection towards the judges. Like I commented that I love how sideways her leg is, and I do believe that. But I would like to see a little bit less sideways in the upper body. I think if she could maybe just show a little bit of that back oblique, just a little bit, then we'd see a bit more of that triangular shape and a bit more of the hourglass coming through. Maybe you'll see what I mean when we get to our next competitor, who's just not quite so sideways. But that's kind of the only thing I could think of when I looked at her. I think she looks really awesome. Of course, I love her turquoise suit, the dark hair, the really pretty earrings. I love that her hair is off her shoulders, so you see that beautiful width in her clavicle. Just, she looks amazing. Okay, so here's Amy in first place. So this is what I mean about being not quite so sideways in the posing. She's got that profile, obviously, of the lower body, but I can see just a little bit more of her torso, and it opens up the upper body and really lets you flow over her frame. So I think that's very beautiful. It definitely highlights her entire physique from top to bottom. Now that glute, amazing. The size is so big. Like nobody has the same profile as Amy in this lineup. Her glutes really stand out for just the absolute density in the size, but also the curve. Like her glutes start right from the top of her hip. The strap of her suit is the beginning of her glute, and I think it's just incredible. She's got a really nice midsection, very flat, nice tone, good obliques. And then the lat is really beautiful into this gorgeous delt. She's got good outlining. She's got a nice curve. You definitely flow over her back. Great size in her hamstrings. And I like that you still have that beautiful roundness to the quad. So she's making zero mistakes. Her conditioning is lovely. You've got some nice lines, some nice grooves. She's not overly detailed in her midsection. She's got great outlining of her delts. She's posing perfectly to really show off the width, the balance. The delt is lined up beautifully with her glute. And she just looks vibrant, happy, huge smile, beautiful hair. I love the softness in the wave by her cheeks. She just looks gorgeous. Okay, so here's the side-by-side. Wow. Everybody looks awesome, but I think you'll agree with me, Amy's glutes stand out, the size and the curve. I think our third place winner, you know, when you compare her next to Amy, she could have a little bit more height in her glute. Even Maya, I think, could have a little bit more height in here. Allison, her tiny waistline really stands out, as well as the curve in her delts looks beautiful. Brittany, crazy detail. I love this groove in her hip. I think she has to be careful. Maybe it was just not quite in her pose yet, but be careful of the curving of this arm. I think a little bit just more of a gentle fall or slightly more of that bend to the elbow, like the other girls would just relax the shape a little bit. But like, to me, Maya's upper body gets a little bit lost, particularly compared to these three athletes here. These two are a little bit more petite in the upper body, and I think that really exaggerated hourglass shape coming through is pretty spectacular. Now, from behind, amazing. Amy, of course, has great glutes, but I think Brittany beside her looks really fabulous as well. She's got a lot of size, particularly the width in the higher part of her glutes is really impressive. But Amy, I really like how long her glute hem tie-ins come down. Allison's, they're a little bit more shortened here. There's almost a line at the bottom. Allison, I love the curve in her delts. I think her delts stand out in this back pose for just that beautiful shape. Brittany's muscularity is shining through quite a lot to me. I'm noticing her traps. I'm noticing the muscle up here under her shoulders, whereas Amy has just a slightly more of a soft look. The shape is coming through less than the amount of muscles. So Brittany will have to be really careful because she's a very muscular girl. You don't want to be too hard looking. Obviously, second place. They were very beautiful side by side. I don't think this is the best picture of Maya. I don't know that she's quite in the pose yet, but I would definitely want the hands to be a little bit more forward and just try to create more of an hourglass shape into her back pose here. And I also think that a little bit more definition into the tie-ins would be nice. I think our third place winner has some really fabulous tie-ins, and I like particularly this line that she's getting right down the side of her glutes into the hamstrings. And wow, tiny waists on all of these women. Really impressive. So in terms of Olympia, of course, Amy was already qualified. Now, looking at the Masters Bikini, in first place, Nicole, second, Abby, third, Nicole, fourth, Elisangela, and fifth, Nikia. So here's Nikia in fifth place in a beautiful pink suit. I love her bright lips, the earrings, the hair. She looks stunning, really vibrant, beautiful. Her tan is rich. She looks really good. I think she's got a particularly lovely waist, nice size into her glutes, beautiful delts, just an overall really lovely shape. I like that you've got this beautiful curve to the hamstring, but I do think she could have a little bit more size in the quads, a bit more curve to the front of the leg. It would be really nice. I think she's quite tall, so I know that's hard to maintain that curvy shape in the legs, but that's the only real thing I can think of. I think she looks really good, and a great fifth place from her. Next is Elisangela in fourth place. Wow, great ab definition. She looks lean. There's vascularity. There's six-pack, crazy obliques. Really impressive. I love the detail coming through in her arms. I love this line coming down her leg. Just stunning. She's got some nice size in the hamstring, good size in the quads. This front leg in particular, I think you really notice that beautiful shape to her quad. And I love the curve and height to her glute here. I'm not getting a great vantage point of her hamstring in this front leg. Maybe... I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether it's really necessary, though. I'm loving how well I see the quad, and you're getting a good view of the hamstring in the back leg. I do think that she needs to be a little bit careful with the posing. She's quite forward-facing, and it's giving us a lot of view of her midsection, which is granted, very spectacular and very impressive. I think her waistline would look smaller if she was a little bit more turned to the side. I also think she has to be careful with her shoulders. It almost looks like this one is higher than this one. So I would want to really pull this shoulder up and show off that width in her upper body. And then one final comment, the lipstick, I would make it more of a red tone to complement the suit rather than pink, but that's just me. Next, in third place, is Nicole. Beautiful suit. I really like the color, those little flecks of turquoise shining through in the purple. Her hair is a beautiful, bright color. I like the little bit of wave that she has. It just draws your attention to her beautiful face. She's got amazing curves. I love the curve of her delt. She's got nice size in her arm muscles as well. You're seeing that beautiful bicep and tricep. Really impressive curve into her back and nice size into the glute. And the hamstrings look curvy too. And so just overall, she's got this really lovely look. I think she's posing really well. She looks very upright. She looks very high, open in the chest and shoulders. You see that triangular shape really clearly into her midsection. Just overall, I think she looks beautiful. I love the conditioning. I love this groove in her hip. I love her oblique. I think she looks stunning. I have nothing to add. Her posing is great. She's giving us a really nice look at her hourglass, and I think she looks beautiful. Maybe, okay, one tiny thing. Maybe the tan could have been a little darker and more uniform. Like to me, it looks a little dark on this leg compared to like that leg, but perhaps that is simply the photo and it's not picking up what it actually looked like in real life. But just a little bit darker all the way up and more rich throughout her entire skin would be beautiful. Okay, next in second place is Abby. She's so stunning. She's so pretty. She's got this beautiful dark hair, gorgeous eyeshadow. The suit color is really unique, like almost like a deep blue, but not royal, not turquoise. It's just beautiful. She's got gorgeous legs. I love the size in her quads. She's got a nice sweep, and she definitely has a more soft conditioning. You've got the groove in her hip. You've got the oblique. You've got a little bit of ribs showing. Like she's lean. You've got the delt a little bit outlined, but she doesn't look overly muscular or overly hard. She just looks soft and beautiful, and her physique looks gorgeous. I think I would like to see the hair off of her shoulder here so that we can see the shape of the delt a bit more. And I wouldn't mind if the delts themselves had just a little bit more curve to the outside. She's got a nice curve on the top, but it does come quite straight when we see the side. So a little bit more roundness into the delts, I think would look really beautiful to draw your eye around her shape. And also with that, I think that would do a really good job of helping you to see that triangular shape, the top of the hourglass a little better. Whereas right now, I'm noticing more of a straightness into her physique. So a little bit more playing up of the hourglass would be perfect. And now in first place is Nicole, who is absolutely showing off the hourglass very well. You've got very curvy delts into this big lat, tiny waist, and right out into the gorgeously large and curvy glute. I think it is undeniable, that beautiful triangle, that narrowness, and wow. Beautiful balance too. I love how the delt really complements the glute. I think she's posing really well to show off the tininess of her waist. Beautiful definition into her hip. Her quads look lovely. Nice curve into the hamstring. She could even have a little bit more size into the quads, honestly, a little more curve. But overall, I think she looks really beautiful. I would be careful here with the posing of this back arm not to lose the shape in her back shoulder. I want to see just a little bit more of that roundness. But that's it. Her suit is beautiful. Her hair is stunning. In the back pose, her hair is so light and airy and just gorgeous. So I think she did a great job. Okay, here's everyone side by side. It's not the clearest photo, but I wanted you to see them actually, how they are in terms of their height, in the posing. To me, the Nicole in first and in third, their posing stands out. I think they're doing a really good job of showcasing the hourglass shape and the glute. I think the other girls could be a little bit bigger in their upper bodies just with the posing to really show off that shape. In the back pose, stunning. Nicole's tie-ins look really good. She's got a little bit of detail coming into the adductors. She's got nice curves to the inside of her legs, as well as the sweep of her quads, and just a nice width to the size of her glutes. I think Abby beside her looks really fabulous as well in this back pose. Very small waist, really nice width to her shoulders. You just see that great hourglass shape, nice detail coming down into the hamstrings. Nicole in third place, to me, almost needs to have a little bit more fabric showing in her suit in the back, whether it's just a tiny bit more leanness into the glutes in this middle part, I'm not sure, but everybody else has just a little more color, whereas Nicole has a little bit more of the glutes themselves. But again, I think Nicole's hair in first place, beautiful color, though maybe a tad too long. I think Abby and Nicole in third place have a really nice shape and fullness to their hair. Nikia, I think, needs more hair. I'm seeing a lot of trap. I'm seeing a lot of the muscles in her back, so I think she could camouflage those a little bit more. And Elisangela, beautiful, great size, gorgeous delts, and really nice, tiny midsection. Okay, moving on to women's figure. In the open division, first place Megan, second Madison, third Bailey, fourth Sandy, and fifth Kim. So here's Kim in fifth place. I think she looks absolutely incredible. Her X frame is so easy to see. Perfect balance between the lats and the legs. Just what a gorgeous silhouette. She's got curves in the quad sweep, curves to the delts, curves to the lats, tiny midsection. Her posing is so complimentary. I just think she looks stunning. The suit is beautiful. Her makeup is beautiful. The jewels, all of it, head to toe. She's incredible. My only suggestion is maybe a tiny bit more detail to, come through in the abs. I would love that. Just a little bit more of the six-pack definition. But I think she's got a great shape, great curves, great size, beautiful balance. Next is Sandy in fourth. Okay, there's the midsection. There's the abs. Crazy detail, great definition. Her abs look so defined. And man, gorgeous size in her quads as well. And these delts, they're high, they're full, they're wide. She's got this amazing V and just gorgeous legs. Her conditioning looks great. Her tan is super rich, really nice gloss showing off all of these muscles. She looks insane. My suggestion though for her, I think I commented on this in my last video as well, is just the suit. I think she needs to make sure that the straps are more even. This one is lower than that one, and it's just throwing off the symmetry a little bit. I love this side. So if she could just get this strap to come up a little higher, and then I would bring this triangle in more. I like the way this one is sitting closer into the midline. I think that does a really good job of making the upper body even wider when the triangles are more narrow. So just to get this side to match this side a little bit more, both on the top and the bottom, that is my only suggestion. I think she looks insane. Next in third place is Bailey. Wow, she's got a great lat spread, nice size into the delts, gorgeous tiny waist, and I love the fit of her suit. I love how high her bottoms come up onto her, right into the middle of her waist. Like, it just makes the V so clear. She's got beautiful curves in the lats, really nice curves into the legs. Just overall, amazing. Her tan is super rich. She's got lots of gloss. She's shiny in all the right places. Looks awesome. I think conditioning could have been a little bit sharper into the legs, like just the lines could be a bit easier to see, maybe a little bit more definition into the abs. And I would also lighten up the inside of her face in the makeup. Get the outside to match the tan, like the outside edge of her face, but just open up with a little more brightness into the, where her features are, her eyes, her lips. But otherwise, I think she looks really good. It's a great great V-taper and great silhouette. Okay, next and second is Madison. Now that is the kind of definition I'm talking about. Check out all that detail you're seeing in her legs. Her quads are incredible. So cut, so defined. You're seeing each individual muscle all the way to her suit bottoms. It's unreal. Her suit is gorgeous, by the way. I love the design. I love the colors. It fits her so beautifully. It's flattering. It's just gorgeous. Nice detail in her abs, beautiful width into the lat, her delts. She's got a stunning frame. What a tiny midsection, definitely stands out, but it's the conditioning that really catches my eye. I'm not sure whether I'm having an issue with the symmetry here just in this pose. You've got one arm out whereas the other arm is in. But to me, I'm noticing more width on this lat and this delt than I am on this side. So that's something to just be very careful about. Make sure that there's, a perfect balance from left to right. But that's my only suggestion. I think she looks insane. Those legs are next level. But now in first place is Megan. Oh my gosh. She's got it all. She's got the definition in her quads. She's got crazy size in the sweep. She's got a tiny midsection with really nice detail in the abs. Not like those crazy 3D, really full, but just beautiful lines. Narrow waist, huge lats. Nobody is creating the same width like we're seeing on Megan. And the delts are glorious. Giant, round, full, large, wide, just the whole deal. She's got so much width coming into such a narrow midsection and crazy size in her lower body. Her suit fits her perfectly. The straps come up high. You definitely notice her V. The color is gorgeous. Her hair is beautiful. Her tan is perfectly even. Like, she nailed every aspect of this. Okay, so here's the side-by-side. I know it's a very zoomed-in photo, but you can just see the conditioning on Megan and Madison. Their legs are striking. I notice Sandy's abs right away. I notice Kim's V-taper. I think Bailey has some really good size in her legs, but nobody has the width like Megan coming in to that narrow waist and the width in the legs. Like, the balance is crazy. Madison, I'm loving the detail, but she's not quite as exaggerated in her shape as Megan is. And then from behind, Megan really has a full 3D, just really pumped up back. It's so easy to see that fullness in the back, in the delts. Madison and Kim on either side of her here don't have that same 3D quality, right? You just can't help but see how round and full the muscles are. And she's got such wide lats, beautiful back of her legs. I really like the lines coming to her hamstrings. Madison's glutes stand out to me. I think in this lineup, she's got a really nice outline of the glutes. They look full, they look round, but she doesn't have that symmetry and fullness like we see in the upper body of Megan. So to me, Megan takes it. And also, check out Megan's calves. Incredible. Okay, in terms of Olympia, there she is on the list, of course, already qualified for Olympia. Now, figure masters 40 plus. In first, Sandy, second, Kim, third, Jessica, fourth, Chelsea, and fifth, Destiny. And it was a little close. Only 1 point difference between Kim and Sandy, and only a couple points between Chelsea and Destiny. So this was a closer call. So here's Destiny in 5th place. Beautiful. Her suit is so interesting. I love how the lines come out like just rays of light. Really beautiful. I also noticed right away this gorgeous highlight in her hair. It just draws your eye to her beautiful face, big smile. Her tan looks great. Her legs look awesome. Beautiful sweep. I like the detail in this line here that you're seeing right up to her suit. I wouldn't mind if there was a little bit more like individual outlining of each part of the quad, but it's there. It's just a little bit sharper would have been even better. I like the detail in her abs. I think she's got some nice size in her upper body, but I think she could have even more. She could have a bit more roundness into the delts. They're clearly used to have striations. She's definitely lean, but I'd like just a little bit more roundness so that you have a really wide base coming into her V taper. But I think she looks really great. It was a beautiful 5th place for her. Okay, next in 4th is Chelsea. Gorgeous tan, really rich, nice color. She's got some great size in her legs, some good definition. Her quads look awesome. I like how much size she has in her inner thigh as well. There is no space. It is all just muscle. Nice detail coming in her midsection, beautiful lines in the obliques, nice full lats, good size to the delts. To me, this delt looks a little bit more round on top than this one. It almost has a little bit of a line here. Could just be the angle of the photo, but I would definitely like to see just a little bit more symmetry in that curve to this one compared to that one. And you know what? I think if she could somehow get a little bit more width into the lats, it would make her waist look even smaller and an even more crazy exaggerated V taper. But I think she looks awesome. It's a beautiful suit, nice lipstick, just overall a great 4th. Next in 3rd is Jessica. Okay, exactly what I mean here about a crazy width in that upper body and the really big lats coming into a tiny waistline. I love how high her suit comes up. I think that helps your eye to see the V taper. Really impressive shape. And then beautiful sweep to the quads. She's got some nice detail coming through. Gorgeous. Overall, just a really great silhouette. I'd like to see a little bit more definition, if possible, into her lower abs, but otherwise I think she's got some really good detail in the arms. She's clearly very lean, beautiful obliques, great detail up in this higher part of her quads by the hip, great detail by her kneecap, just overall a really gorgeous shape. And then Kim we already saw, and Sandy we've already seen. So here's everyone side by side. Again, I know it's a very zoomed in photo, but you can see Sandy's abs stand out. Beside her, Chelsea's midsection doesn't look quite so small. So I think Chelsea could have even more width in the lats to really create that V taper shape. Sandy, it's undeniable. She's got such a tiny midsection, giant delts, and really a lot of size into her quads. Kim, I really like her width. I think she poses really well to show that off. Destiny, beautiful legs, nice detail in her abs, but I do think she does need more size into the delts. Jessica beside her has crazy big size in the delts, great tiny midsection, and amazing size into her quads. But then from behind, this is where I think Kim and Sandy really take the spotlight here. You see a lot of detail into Kim's back, beautiful height on her delts. I don't think Sandy quite has that same amount of size in the delts or in the back really as Kim, but I think Sandy's lower body looks really good here. You're getting a really nice outline of the glutes, great sharpness into the line of the hamstrings that you don't quite have on Kim's frame. So at the end of the day, Sandy managed to take the win. I think the other ladies all could have had just a little bit more sharpness into their detail in the back of the legs, and no one's quite having that density like Kim in her back. So that's it for this video. There are more recaps coming up. This weekend is a busy one, lots of shows. So make sure you subscribe, give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoise toffee.